G'day everybody, and welcome back for some more Stationeers, where I hopefully will not completely destroy my brain trying to figure out how to use LARrE to do some stuff with plants. I am, not super confident. I'm very uncertain. But, hey, we gotta give this a go. Because if I can get this to work, I've got auto-harvesting plants, at least for stuff like the switchgrass, so that I can have that side of things being handled much more quickly, which will be nice. So, start off, I realized I probably would benefit from putting the data ports on the inside of both of these so that I can connect them up more easily. I figure that'll be helpful. So then I can just run a single data cable down the middle. Like so. Then I need to get power to the LARrE. And for those who don't know what LARrE is a linear articulated rail entity, or a track-based robot that can be used to harvest various plants, to plant them, that sort of thing. So the goal for at least the beginning of this stream, I hope it's just the beginning, it may be the whole stream, I don't know. I don't know how long this is going to take. So that the, yeah. My aim is to see if I can get this thing to plant in each of these plots, to harvest from each of these plots, and drop them into the appropriate receptacle. I have no idea how successful or not I'm going to be. And yeah, just shove the transformer on the wall here. And thank you, Shadow. Thank you for the 32 months. Thank you, Tony, for the 21 months. Thank you, Paladol, for the 19 months. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. I've never built anything with the Harvey, which was the kind of thing before LARrE. So, I don't know if LARRE's intended to fully replace the Harvey, but this is kind of the way that I'm viewing it, which is that it is the replacement. Because I never used the Harvey because to use it, it ended up making the plant area look way too much like, well, just a factory. And this is my plant. This is my farm. This is where you're meant to get a bit of sanity. And I didn't like the fact that you had all these arms hanging over every single plant, so I never actually bothered learning how to use them. So we will see how this goes. I am still wearing this suit in the greenhouse. That is a good point. I probably don't need to, since I've actually got some lighting up now. I was originally leaving it on because I didn't have any lighting up here in the laboratory, for want of a better term for it. But since I got my lights off, let's take the suit off. I see housing. Let's put that down. Tex, I've had a sealed living space for quite a long time. Pretty sure you've been at some of these streams where I've had one. It's been a few months. Thanks, JC Gamer Enemy. Thank you for 51 months. Thank you very much. And thanks, Big Mike. Thank you for 26 months. And now, what else do I need? Oh, I need to put the grow lights in. That's the other thing. grow lights, and then the basic chutes for the pickup and delivery. Now the grow lights, I think I can get away with them being on the wall. Especially if I hadn't put the cable exactly where I did. But I might be able to just put them here. I'm going to have to automate the grow lights as well. Run a timer for them. There we go. My idea with the Harveys was all the shoots you would need to root the seeds and produce and somehow restock them. It always just sounded like it would be a massive mess and a pain to get all set up. Oh yeah, that's probably a big part of what turned me off them as well. It's been so long since I even looked into them because I knew that there was something I wouldn't want to touch. That I've forgotten all the things that I disliked about Harveys. Every time I get tempted by this game, you get involved with something that suspiciously sounds like coding, and I'm aware of my limitations. Tex, you're aware of my limitations when it comes to coding. Coding is not my thing either. In fact, it's very much not my thing. Problem. Let's fix this cabling so I can put those in where I'd planned them because I forgot that they needed to go here. There we go. Thanks, Mr. Coleman. Thank you for the gift sub. Now I should be able to fit these power chutes. So I need a chute import bin. Placed under... Wait. Yeah, this row. Placed there. Yes. Keep running into that light. And then export bin placed there. I think that's right. No. Is that right? It's really hard to tell whether these are aligned. The FOV makes it weird. It doesn't feel right, but I think it is right. Alright, I need my helmet and suit back on, because now that the fog's gone, it's actually quite dark. Yeah, I think that counts as the station being above it, even though it doesn't look like it's directly above it. It's kind of offset, which is what is throwing me off. Yeah, I might go print a headlamp. It's a fair point. Keep a headlamp in here. That way I can de-stink. Stay all nice and daisy fresh. Doop, doop, doo. What do I need for headlamp? Gold and copper. I don't want to wire lights into the room up there until I've got the LARrE working. The reason I don't want to do it is because I have a fairly reasonable... Well, I think I'm fairly justified in assuming that however I lay it out, I'm going to have to change it. I don't want to do that. And I'm also going to... I don't know how much of a battery this needs. Oops. Inconel. Do I have any Inconel? Hospaloy, Electrum. What's Inconel need? Is this going to take much time? Gold, steel, and nickel. So I'd need 600 gold if I'm going to use that much steel. Yeah, that's not great. I don't think I've got that much. No, I don't have... I have a spare battery in the charger. I don't have spare... What the... Press the wrong button. I have a spare. Because the other two batteries are in the lights up there. So I think I'll just bring a small light. Rather than going to all this extra ridiculousness. Small battery, I should say. Yeah, Mr. Collin, I can totally understand why someone would want to just play on Mars. Because you get to do all of the fun survival-ish stuff with Mars, but you don't have to deal with some of the other more, like some of the more challenging elements that may not be fun for you. And obviously to each their own with this stuff. I did not leave myself enough space for this. So the import bin. The import bin's going to be where I need to have an outlet. So I presume the import bin takes things in, the export bin allows it to pick things up. So for this one I need an inlet. I think I've got that the right way around. I hope. Oh, I needed more cable, I didn't... I only got 4 cable left, I need to go back out and get some more. Oop. Things sit in export, waiting to be grabbed. They also sit in import until it is triggered by handle or code. Right. Great. More things I'm going to have to control with the code. I was hoping there wasn't going to be too much. Well, step 1 is, I think, just get the LARrE to move. Just get it to move. And I'll feel like I've achieved something, I think. Yeah, Shadow Drake, I completely agree that having Venus as a terraforming challenge could make it quite fun. The like, I'm not even at a point where terraforming is within reach. Like, especially without getting Nev to change the mod for me. Because the base bit of the terraforming mod makes it so slow that I don't have anywhere near the equipment to do it. So even if I wanted to do it, I would not achieve any reasonable terraforming here. I can see why people find it to be boring because it's static, because the temperature doesn't change. You don't have to deal with different temperature shifts. But I mean, every challenge in a survival game can eventually become quite static once you've got the equipment in place to deal with whatever those challenges are. So whether that's the Vulcan day-night shifts, whatever it is, it's all going to be samey eventually. It's just a matter of what you do with it. How you choose to engage with it. Okay. Thanks, Takari. Thanks for 15 months. No, Perseus, should be some Archean later on with Wasted. Alright. So that's all wired up. So these can be turned on. Okay. I think I've done all of the things before trying to get this to work. Alright, LARrE. How do I do things with you? How do I make you do stuff? Let's get out our laptop. So, let's begin with... oh. Huh. How do I... That's a problem for later. Let's just grab some seeds, because I need to have some basic seeds to throw in. Let's go with... Oh, we're going to be doing switchgrass. So let's do switchgrass. Oh no, I've only got... How many switchgrass seeds do I have? Just these? I'm going to just have these. So we won't do switchgrass. We'll do... What do I have lots of seeds of? I have lots of fern seeds. Let's do ferns. This is my export bin. There we go. Got seeds ready to go. Oh man, you want me to go back to get other things? Fair enough. It's probably not a bad idea. Get a configuration thingamajiggy for my tablet. Yeah. Darkwind, it's not necessarily dark up there, actually. I've got grow lights in. I'm not going to worry about fertilizer at this stage, alright? I'm trying to keep this setup as simple as I can to begin with. And then I'll work out how to do it better once I've actually got it established in the first place. But until I've got something functional, I don't want to add extra steps that may not be specifically required. As I think that's probably going to make things a bit easier to manage if I don't. Come on. Oh. Yeah, don't worry. Labeling is something I'm aware I need to do. Just gotta get this copper so I can get the thing and probably more cables eventually. Alright, turn that off. Smash that out. Shove some fresh outside atmosphere in, and we're good. One of the things I like about the idea of the terraforming playthrough and to do it again is the idea of eventually getting to the point. I was just thinking about this in terms of, because I was dumping gases in and out of the furnace here, but eventually getting to the point where the goal is to create a plant that can withstand the external environmental conditions. So it gives you a really good reason to drive the plant evolution side of things. To try and get something good enough to live outside, so then you can produce your oxygen outside instead of inside. Yeah, all of the starts have been upgraded since I began this. Because this is my 24th stream of this particular playthrough. So with an average, I'd say, of probably 3.5, maybe 3 hours each stream. That's, you know, probably around 75 hours. So, but I did see that they've gotten a bit closer to having the whatchamacallit, come on, brain. The new terrain in the game. They're working on that right now, which is very cool. Once the new terrain comes, I will definitely have to start a new save in that to mess around with that. But I'd like to, the next time I play this, I would like to put the terraforming mod in. So that's probably something I'd have to do after the save, though, because I reckon when the new terrain comes in, it'll mess with all that again. Possibly, although it may not mess with the atmospherics, so it could be that the terraforming mod still works. All right, labels. Let's start with that. Okay, so the stations are all named. The import and export bins kind of are what they are. Do I really need to label this stuff? Because at the moment, I don't actually... They're all pretty much what they are. I'm gonna put the LARrE dock on there. Export bin. Import bin. I don't know that I need them, but whatever. I'm gonna have to use the hash nonsense. See if I can get my head around it this time. Oh, I don't want it. Because you guys throw so many terms at me that I don't understand. Oy. Alright, clear. One sec. I'm just going to fill up my water bottle before I get started on this. So I think my first goal here is get the LARrE to pick up one of the seeds and drop it in one of the hydroponics trays. But with this many hydroponics trays, I don't think I have any way of addressing them individually. So I don't know how that works. I guess instead I'm going to be addressing the station. Harry's out writing 2 random acronyms with the word "and" between them means nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. I cannot interpret that or what you're intending by that. It means nothing. It does not help. Because the stations are all named. My guess with the LARrE and for a simple setup is that you want the same plants, ideally with the whichever one grows the slowest being the one that you're checking to see whether it's grown. Unless there's some way to check. Yeah, basically, I know what LBN stands for. I have no idea why it's being said. What? Why? It doesn't mean anything to me. They may as well be random characters. That's what I meant by that. So this tells me pressure, temperature, ratios of various gases. If I go down here, do these other ones tell me anything about the plant itself? Oh, these ones don't have the data output. No! Alright. Let's just whack a seed in. Oh, manually and see what shows up. No, there's still nothing. Pressure, temperature, ratios of gases, total moles of gases, nitrous oxide, combustion. Huh. Why doesn't this have any information on the plant? Because I would have thought I'd need to have information on the actual plant's growth state coming from this. Oh, there's... So why don't the logic slots show up? So there are logic slots. Occupied, occupant hash, quantity, damage, efficiency, health, growth. Plant is in a slot. You need to check the slot. Oh dear, this is that thing I was trying to avoid doing last week. Why have I taken on this project? What am I doing to myself? What am I doing? Oh dear. Oh dear. Phone is in darkness. No, the light is too far away. How am I going to fix that? How far away can the light be? I thought that was close enough. That's annoying. That's going to make this really tricky to set up. Because the LARrE... Because I need to have the things off the ground, the LARrE ends up being up here, which means I can't actually put the light... Lights need to be mounted to a surface, and I can't create a surface at the height of the LARrE rail. That's problematic. This is being suggested, even though it feels weird. Okay, that works. Alright. So the lights are just going to have to be mounted either on that row or the row that the cable's on, but it needs to be closer to it. Okay. Oh, then the power... Alright. We'll figure out the lighting another time, but this is... now okay. Thanks, Crassus. Thank you for 31 months. Alright, so let's label these to match the stations above them. I think that makes sense. So that at least those numbers match up. So that'll be 2, then, yeah.
Hunger caution.
7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Yeah, Beer Seeker, that's my plan is, I'd rather wait till all of the plants are finished than harvest them all at once. At least initially. But I guess if I make it so that it can read each one individually at the start, then I can have something that's operating most efficiently because each plant just grows at its own rate. We'll see. Okay, so what I need to do to begin with is load... I need to get the status of the fern in device 7. Okay, let's see if we can figure that out. So I can at least get that status. LBN. Loads logic type from all output network devices with provided type and name hashes using the provide batch mode. Average, sum, minimum, maximum. So I could use something similar. So I could use a load batch with a minimum value so that once the number that I know there are has exceeded that, I could do that. Or a sum that reaches a certain. You could just sum them all and then compare that to a value where they're all at that rate, so that would work okay. Alright. Oh, nope. So in this case... Oh yeah, LBNS, I probably need to do the slot one, don't I? LBNS. Into... DB? Is it DB is the device? So I can see what the number is that it's coming back with? So what is my device hash? Name hash. The device hash should be this. That's the prefab hash. It's the device hash. It should be that one. Edit. And the name hash. Is the name hash going to be that? How do I get that value without having to just write it down? Hash. Oh, hash and then, yep. The name, which is Hydroponics Device 7. I don't think it's going to like that. I think I need to make the things not have spaces in it. Will it work? It looks like it's not going to be happy with me. Because it's the autofill stuff has removed itself. So what's next? Device slot index. How do I do slot index? What is the slot index? Slot 0. So 0, oops, space 0, space. Logic slot type. Would be... Let's try and get mature. Growth? Mature. So let's start with occupied. Batch mode? What is batch mode? Telling me any when I don't even know what any of them are. Oh, the max, min, sum, average thing. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, since there's only one of them, it shouldn't matter. But since I was potentially thinking of doing sum later, let's do sum. So in theory, if what I've written is correct, the IC housing should show, when I mouse over it, that value. But what I want to do is then put a sleep 2, then do the same command again, but check a different value and see if it's going to change. So this will be mature.
Hydration critical.
Isn't DB a register? I thought DB was a register. What's the register for the device? Oh, I need to do the set DB thing. That's it. So I go R0. Set DB. Setting R0. Do that. Okay. Confirm. Export. Hey, it's switching state, which is good, because it should be doing that. The mature should be 0, and the... Why did the grow light turn itself off? Huh. Anyway, the mature is 0 and the occupied is 1. So the fact that it's changing means it's working. Good. Driving towards fruiting. Good, good, good. Okay. So I now understand what I need to do to read from a particular hydroponics tray what state the plant is at. So what I want to do next is read from a different tray, and if that tray is empty, tell LARrE to go pick up a seed and put it in it. Oh boy. That's a big step up in complexity from what I just did. But I think that's the next step. I'm trying to think of any smaller step I can break this down to. Is there any smaller step I can do? I figure the occupied and plant a seed is probably thing. Get the LARrE to move first? Yeah, that's fair play. Ooh, I have an idea. Can I get the LARrE to move based on these numbers? Alright, how the heck do I get the LARrE to move? LARrE dock. Setting on occupied slots. Huh. I'm struggling to figure out where to even start here. I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but I'm guessing setting might be where it's stopping? So let's just go. I
Hunger critical.
think I put this on device 0. Yes. Set. D0. Setting. R0. Oops, R0. See what happens. Confirm. Export. Hey! Larry's moving! Yes! We have movement. Thanks, Mezzy. Thanks for the Prime sub. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. That's good, that's good, that's good. Thank you, Depth Walker. Thank you for the 19 months. Oh, I can't drink in here. Dang it. Really need to disable that airlock between here and the living quarters. Now can you get Larry to tell the DB if it has something in the claw? Yeah. Yeah. The failure states with the LARrE are slightly concerning me in terms of making me... Why is the base running out of power? That's not good. Oh dear. Did they fix the bug that was duplicating the power? Oh dear. I don't know where all my power went because I had power last week and it's all gone now. Uh-oh. That is an unavoidable distraction. I can't ignore this. Did I short out something and blew and ditched the power as a result? But then if the short was there, I shouldn't have power. Yeah, I think it's time for solar, Beer Seeker. Yeah. Something a little more consistent. supply. Okay. This could be bad. This could be catastrophic. I'm gonna go check outside and just make sure nothing strange has happened out there. This all seems fine. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. I have no idea where I've left my network analyzer chip. I think it's in the dining room. Yeah, all the cables are good. Why did... Unless there's a break in one of these junction boxes, because I remember they don't show when they're fried. But none of this should have fried, because I haven't touched any of this. There's nothing that's changed in this setup, so nothing should have changed there. And all of the batteries are depleted, so it's clearly connected to all of them. The only thing that's changed is that I spliced off to get to the transformer that I put in up in the ceiling. So is there something weird with the cabling that I did there? I spliced off somewhere I shouldn't have. I don't think so. There's nothing wrong with what I did there. That's all fine. Yeah. Not good. Not good at all. I must have just drained all the power. Ah, yeah. Which sensor lenses do I have? That's where the transformer is. All that looks fine looking down there. That's all fine going out to there. Coming back through here. These are all still intact. That's still intact, that's still intact, it's all still intact. Okay. So it is a supply problem, not a not a fried it problem. So it must have depleted a lot during the last stream, but I swear I checked it at some point last week. And I would have thought my buffer would have lasted longer than this, but I guess I was wrong. So, what do I need for solar panels? Solar panel heavy needs copper, steel, electrum, and astraloy. Astraloy is the thing I don't have much of, which I'll need to make. And is going to require me going out and mining. Okay. Let's just chuck the seeds back in here and I'll pick them up another time when I go through. I don't think the LARrE takes that much power. That would be unsustainable if it did. Where's my ore processing unit? Where have I left that? Huh. Where have I left that? Here it is. Need that. Now let's empty this while I'm here. Did I make astraloy? I thought I made hastaloy. Not astraloy. I got 55 grams of astraloy and 95 grams of hastaloy. And I'm gonna need... Yeah. A lot of astraloy. Like, a lot. I've got enough of the other things, but I'm gonna need a lot. Which means, yeah, getting a lot of cobalt, which I don't have any of, pretty much. I'm almost completely out. Okay, I was going to go grab a couple of bags to take out with me. The base is kind of turning on and off. It's not dead. It's just, you know, on its last legs. But because there is still power coming in, it will turn on and off as the power comes in. Okay, 2 backpacks will do. Yeah, I probably should turn off the lights and stuff. Reduce power consumption a bit. Trade uses up heaps of power. So while I could go and do a, an ore trader hunt to make some money, I don't think it's my best idea. I think I might just... Do I have a separate light switch for the non-grow lights? I think I do. Oh, you mean to buy cobalt? Yeah, that could work, I suppose. Is this the light switch? No. Is this the light switch? Yes. Oh. I think they might be on the same circuit. Oh well. The trader antenna's been off for ages, Takari. Like, months. Thanks, Twipt. Thanks for 9 months. Yes, cobalt is a pain. That's why I don't have much of it. It's... I don't know how far I'm gonna have to go to find it, because I've not found a lot of it so far. Don't need that open. Let's keep the suit open so I can keep an eye on it. I've got enough filters. I've got enough oxygen. I might swap that out just before I go anyway. Got a spare waste tank in my suit as always, or in my uniform as always. I'll grab another fresh air tank. Okay, cobalt hunting we go. Alright, so normally I've gone one of those directions, so let's go 0, so I have to come back 180. So I've never really gone up. There's a bit of cobalt there, but I don't really want to dig into that bit of the mountain, so we'll go a little bit further and see what we can find. There's a bit more. Still going to go a bit further though. Yeah, cobalt. Wow. There we go. There's some cobalt. Alright, I should do this as well. Given what we know happens when I'm out mining. Okay, that's that one gone. Let's keep going. You can disable the subtitles, Beerseeker. They are completely optional, and they are user controlled. Oh, here's some more. So that's 200. Which, because this is a higher tier alloy, you get half as much back. That's only 100. No, wait. I should get back about as much cobalt. I should get back about as much astraloy as cobalt I put in. Yeah. So that'll be 200 astraloy. Well, let's keep on this heading. A bit more down deep over there, but looks like there's a bigger bit over this way. It's a bit closer to the surface. Thanks, Crusher Tree. Or Crusher the Tree. Thanks for the 9 months. How's it going? Yeah, I added the subtitles as a thing because, you know, nice for accessibility for people who need it. But yeah, I only did it once I knew that it was something user controllable. I don't know if one of the recent changes they made has made this safer, but I haven't felt as much of the aggressive vacuum pulling from this little mining trip as I have in the past. I'm sure a comment like that won't come back to bite me in the backside, right? Let's keep this up on my HUD so we can see and keep track of how much I've collected. Let's go this way. I'm into this looking like Minecraft wall hacks. Yeah, I can see the comparison there. I need Steve. I need all of the Steve. Steve. Gimme. No, that's a fake Steve. How much is that? Start. 550? Nope, that's not the way out. I actually do want to try and take the same path out if I can find it. But I don't like my chances. So I'm just going to go up from here over here. Oh, no, there's more cobalt this way. We'll go that way. Then I might head home because I think I should get this stuff utilized and into a functional solar array to begin with. Now, solar's, as I understand it, capped at 500 watts per panel. So it should take a lot more, it should take a lot more solar panels to max out a heavy cable. Than what I can make from what I've collected anyway. So I'm just thinking I should be able to set up a tracking array on a single thing. Yeah, 20. Wait, no. 20? I thought a heavy cable was 100 kilowatts, not 10 kilowatts. Yeah, 200. That's more like it. Hang on a sec. Oh, there's a storm. That's not good. Considering I jetpacked out here, so it's going to take a while to get home. At least I think there's a storm? No? No storm. Okay. Which way is 180? This way. It was just the flow of gas within that tube that I was in. So that's back at my mountain, and my base should be just over this next ridge. Maybe? Yep. Maybe a bit further than that. I haven't set up drills because I haven't really needed them. Like, deep miners just haven't needed to be a thing for me because of the way the change to the ores that I did. And every time I get to the point of needing resources, I just go out and collect them and do other things instead. They were always planned as a thing that I would deal with, but just have never actually become a thing I have dealt with. Alright, let's see what else I need for this thing. Copper, steel, cobalt. So, I have... Oh, man. Oh! Oh! Right. So, I play Stationeers and Archean on the same day. In Stationeers, you have to hold down Alt to move the mouse pointer. In Archean, you tap it once, and then you can move the mouse pointer. And you tap it again to get it back. Oh. So I've got 600 cobalt. Oh, it just messes with me. 600 cobalt. So I need 1200 steel and another 600 copper. 1200 steel. Might need to make up 200 grams of steel when I get in there. Because that's a kilo. And I've got 1300, which is an awkward number. Alright, let's make some steel up first. Those in. I know I picked up some coal, so I'll chuck that in. That's my 200 steel. Wait for the power to come on so I can vent this thing out. Lenjet, playing with a gas centrifuge would be a major pain on Venus because I don't have volatiles. So I would not, I'd have to use electric centrifuges and slow. I am right now doing things towards making more volatiles, but the reality is it's still a ways off because I ran out of power. Okay, we got steel. So I got the 1200 steel. Got 600 of that. Let's put... Actually, let's grab, see what copper I can grab out of these other ones. So we need the same amount of copper as cobalt. There we go. So that is full of full stacks. Excellent. All right. Start dumping stuff in. Oi. Said dumping stuff in. Oh yeah, turn off the centrifuge. It doesn't need to be on. I got it. Ufol, I disagree with the assertion that I kind of have volatiles now, because I've already used them all up to create water. No, I'm not going to dump the backpack. No.
Hunger caution.
All right, that's 600 of that. And yeah, I know off-gassing this in the off-gassing furnace might have been a better way to go, particularly with the copper. But the reason I didn't bother is because then I'd have to deal with transferring it twice through the circuit. And frankly, that's just way more time than I want to commit to this. I want this done as quickly as possible. And the quickest way is the wasteful way. At least the lights are on most of the time. The fact that the lights are coming on and off is actually reassuring to me. I'm finding it somewhat comforting. Yeah, exactly, Barnaby. You are correct. The LARrE thing is a step towards getting volatiles produced. With less input from me, or hopefully minimal input from me. Okay. Get the gases out. Actually, that's a fair point, Omenerves. I am very close to power neutral. That is true. The lights are on and off. I'm very close. So I don't need a huge number of solar panels to get power positive again. Alright, wait for all the steel to join it. And then I need 30 megapascals at 1000 Kelvin. So we'll see what temperature this is before I start filling it up to that much, because that's a lot of gas to put in. And the steel cools it down so much. There's nothing I can really do about that either. Oops, I don't know if they fixed the cheaty power thing in my battery room. But it does make me suspicious that they did. Which is not a bad thing. It's just a thing I wasn't prepared for. It's just 1000 Kelvin. I can probably just keep leaving this going. We're almost there. Temperature's still going up, and it should go up soon. Yeah, I did keep the coal generator out there. It's still connected up. So if my power situation was worse than it currently is, I would go out there and put some coal in. All right, now I just need to fill this up to 30 megapascals. Come on. I wonder what planet I'll want. I wonder which planet will be the one I want to play on when they finish the terrain reworking. I reckon I want to go back to Mars because Mars is just fun. And also, at some point, I'd just really love to actually terraform it. Gotta wait for the power to come back on so the pump can work. Almost there. Okay. There we go. We have astraloy, 600 grams. Excellent. Make the heavy solar panels. I need more copper. Okay. Let's go make some more copper. Which, why are you being like this? Why is nitrogen gas a problem? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. If there's a legitimate reason, I actually don't want to know. Why did it block that from chat? Weird. Yes, I actually don't want to know if there is a legit reason. It's that I'm sure it is awful. So make all the copper up. What else did I need for the solar panels? Possibly need more electrum? I think I had quite a bit. An electrum should be makeable in this furnace. Oh yeah, I have to make the stellite glass, don't I, as well? So I have to make some stellite, which I haven't made yet. Forgot about that. Just fill this thing. Should hold its temperature better if I put more moles of gas in there. I swear I needed stellite for something related to the solar panels though, didn't I? Isn't that's why I didn't use them in the first place? Unless they've changed their requirements since then. But the stellite is why I didn't use them. Was it the... Oh, whatever. I thought... What was it I needed stellite for, then? Because there was definitely a thing I needed stellite for that I just avoided because... that I thought was power-related. Is it the batteries? I don't remember. No, Mogdred, I definitely avoided solar here because of the frequency of storms and the damage they take and the expense of building big panels. Okay. That should do for a bit. Um... Oh, because the power keeps running out. These aren't finishing in time. Arrgh. I'm gonna go hook up some coal. Pop some coal in and see if that's gonna be enough. Wait a second, I've got a big vent on somewhere, I'm sure of it.
Hunger critical.
I reckon I've left a powered vent on. There's my powered vent in here. Yep. That's a big power consumer. Come on. Come on. Yay, it made one. Woo. Alright, out we go. Check the coal in the generator. Hope that a storm doesn't hit while that coal is being burned, because then I'll blow a cape. How many solar panels can we get? So, if I'm going to make another... If I'm making a set of solar panels, I probably want another input line. So I want another big battery. So I can put it in and have another input line. What's the battery? Big battery cost? Station battery large. Oops. Kit. That requires a little bit of stellite. Which I have. I'll just leave this going with solar panels for as long as I can. It's just glass sheets. Why did I think this required stellite? Weird. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need so many power cables too. Uh... Yeah, it does. I do either have 9 or 10. I think I have 9 wind turbines on each. So I think I'll create a separate line for the solar. For the moment. I think I prefer to do it that way because then I've got a separate solar line. And I don't risk messing things up because my reason for not putting the solar panels onto all the other circuits originally, aside from the cost, was also that I think we decided that there was a risk that when the storm comes in, I'll still get solar while the wind power has reached max. So there is a risk of crossover, even though during a storm you get less solar. Yeah, Silent Phoenix, you might be right. I might have thought about using heavy glass to use cheaper solar panels because the Astrolabe was difficult. But then that was even worse. Is there enough space in your hot room above to put regular panels in there? Yes. But yes. Guess the temperature doesn't matter for them? How many we got now? That's 5. All right, let's get the battery made. Because I think if I get the battery made and I start making the cables, then I can print off the solar panels and just keep adding to them while I quickly do an IC thing to try and give me some stuff. Give me a tracking array. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked on that. Thought the up meant there was something in there, not... dumb. My base has just a teeny touch of power. as pointed out, it is very close to having enough. If I turn off that, I probably do have enough. But it does worry me that doing so is going to slowly allow my cooling system to overload. We've got 3 bars on one of the batteries. Verlian, I would say Stationeers is a lot better than 5 years ago. It's a lot better than a year ago. The pace of updates that they've had since they did their massive refactor of all of the game systems has been pretty impressive, actually. Guys, I've turned off the lights. I'm not running out of power. The lights are intentionally off. This is my light switch, and it is off. Oh boy. So slow. Oh, good. I need to apologize. Oh, that runs to that. Okay, so that's a very long power cable for what it's trying to achieve. This transformer here is powering my dining room, as well as some random stuff over here. Oh dear. That room's just a mess. Come on, battery. Once this battery's made, sure, I'll show off the base a bit while I'm waiting for heavy cables to be made because I need a bunch. The base is not that complicated. We have outside. Oh, let's actually go out there. Why not? We gotta wait for stuff to print. Gives me something to talk through. So, wind power generation running through heavy cables, through a wall, into my battery room. Also have a coal generator out here for when I get desperate. Trading setup, which really needs to be redone because the floor symbols are all just bizarre. Test hot room, where the sun gradually heats up the gases inside that room until it exploded. Functional hot room, where the sun heats up the gases inside that and those gases are used to refill my furnace. So that I don't have to spend as much energy heating it up further to reach stellite temperatures. Classic, cheap / free passive vent, because when I started on Venus, we didn't have enough passive vents in the system, in the lander, for me to build an airlock. Omi nerves. Do wind turbines work like space engineers? No. No, they do not. Then we head inside. We've got our battery room around here, which is showing all of the bad lights. And I think I need to put more coal in. We have the elevator to go down to the basement area. Gas storage and filtering and cooling with a massive phase change parallel setup going on over here. All the different gases in big tanks. My suit canister emptying things. Furnace room. With my super heated tank of gas, and that's my pipe that runs to gas outside. My dual furnaces, one that just uses Venusian atmosphere because it's hot, and one that uses my hot gas, and then my 2 arc furnaces. Downstairs is my recycling setup, which is very minimal, and my water generation setup, which is also very minimal. And the aim was to expand them once my greenhouse was growing plants to turn into hydrogen / volatiles. I keep saying hydrogen, I mean volatiles. You guys know what I mean. They're my production room. And then through here we got my dining room and my greenhouse. How many cables did I get? Let's go place this down. A trading setup does what it says on the tin. It is literally for trading. There are little space traders you can call down who will trade items with you for cash. This setup doesn't feel that excessive, does it? Really? Isn't that the power button? What else do you need? Screwdriver and electronic parts. The double battery system isn't excessive, it's a balancing system. I don't think it's excessive. I think it's functional. And it's to allow for balancing that wouldn't otherwise be possible in other ways that I could conceive of at the time. Alright, let's wire this thing around. Oh, wait. Electronic printer is currently idle. Let's fix that. I think I just still need more heavy cable. I'm gonna need to smelt some more gold. Cheesy Mitch, the mod that I'm using is Nev's, it's a custom difficulty mod. That I believe still functions. Let's just find this out because it's in the way. That in there. Yeah, no, don't. Give me the wire cutters. Silly thing. Okay. Solar panels. Sun goes from there to there. How am I going to get the solar panels set up in a good spot? I might run the cable underneath and put the solar panels on this side of the wind turbines, so they're not blocked by my building for as much. Yeah, I'll do it the messy way for now. Oops. So I need to grab this out. Oh, nuts. I have to pull that one out as well. No, no, don't throw that. Now I'm doing something I don't normally do, which is putting cables within a block. Hopefully, since I haven't welded up these blocks in this long, I won't ever. Oh, nuts. That does actually need to stay down there. Get under the other bit. Crosses over. We go. So now the cable is heading out there. I need to get it all the way out there and then build my platform, and then I can start building my solar array. And I might put down an independent battery for the circuitry out here as well. Although there are potential issues with that. Maybe I need to run mains power out to it as well. That's a hole. I mean, this is mains, so... Or this is back here. Oh no. That is mains, because that's a big transformer. Yeah, that won't be too bad. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be fine. Pinhole, you will see me do tracking with the solar panels soon. Hopefully soon. But it is a bit more complicated than what you have to do in Space Engineers. I still think I need to have that printing cable. But once you've learnt it, it's not as hard as it seems. As in, the elements required to make it work feel really complicated to begin with, but it's one of the things that's I personally have found easier to break down into small chunks than other similar tasks. Probably because I've done it so many times in so many different games that I can imagine it in different ways, but I do feel like solar tracking is a little bit more digestible than some of the other things that you might try and do. Huh. Do I want to put my solar arrays on either side of... No, that'll potentially be a problem. No, I won't put them either side of the runway. I think that's the edge of the building. Yes, it is. Okay. Should have brought a bunch of building materials out here. Forgot. I reckon if I get a solar panel set up with, you know, 10, 15 solar panels, my power problems will probably be mostly a thing of the past. It's not going to be a huge amount needed to get me over this hump, I think. I just apparently haven't had storm for a while. Yeah, Shadow, it's... Solar tracking is just one of those things that... It's a simpler baseline concept, I guess. That should be all I need for now. Alright. Hopefully sun rises soon so I can see what I'm doing better. I'll get a storm when I go to place the solar panels? Almost certainly. Yep. I'm finally filling this hole. It's been there a little too long. There we go. Just in case there is a storm, I would like to make it so I can walk out to where the solar panels are. So, sunrise is that way, sunset's that way. Having them all in a nice, neat line, running north-south, is the most efficient. It's not the best looking. I think I'll put maybe 10 down in a line, and then have the next 10 blocking them at sunrise and sunset, or vice versa. Because I don't like having just one ridiculously long line of solar panels. I don't think I want to make a pyramid. Because then the construction blocks themselves will block the sun, and that, even for me, feels a bit too inefficient. Let's just make sure I am at the correct bit. So this is... yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I went too far. Alright, maybe I'll go that far then. There we go. Problem solved! There's a part of me that wishes I could just load up the terraformers save for a few moments just to get my script from it. But the last time I tried to load it, I couldn't even load it at all. Okay, yeah, we'll go data east. And the sun is rising. Oh. Never mind. Forgot that I had an extra stack. Okay, let's get some glass on those so they can at least produce a little bit of power while they're sitting there. Cheesy Mitch, we were all sad when that save died. Cool, another 5. Let's turn this on and get some glass. I got enough for 4. See how long this is going to take. Oh, not long at all. Cool. So I'll get enough for the 10. Yes, Shadow. We didn't even get to turn Mars into a giant fireball. Darkwind, it's post-phase change. Well, it was kind of midway phase change. Phase change happened during our playthrough. Uh, 54, I need... Yeah, that's enough. I didn't die in Terraformers. Ha. Also, Storm. What was that about getting the solar panels built during the storm? Put down these other 5. So with 10 of these out here, I think my goal needs to be to get them to track, hopefully by the next day-night cycle. Woo! Generating 6 watts! Yeah, I'm rich! Rich in power.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, during a storm, I really don't need the solar panels. The wind turbines are producing orders of magnitude more. What? Oh. Oh. I swear I saw a patch note that said something about storms being variable length now, or something like that. They don't always last a day. Am I crazy? Yeah, the shortest storms, that's why my power's messed up. So the storms don't last as long. Oh. Oh. Also, that's a lot more, let's call it north. Yeah, that is north, because that's east. That's a lot more northerly, the sun direction, than I was anticipating. So those panels are kind of going to obscure each other a bit in the middle of the day. Okay. Now I need IC chip. Need to bring power over to it. So one of the things that we had that was a bit weird when we tried to run power from here into a battery that then powered the tracking circuitry in terraformers was that that battery kept running out of power. So I'm going to run off the mains to bring power to the solar tracking array, because that branching of it did something odd that I don't understand, but it didn't like it. So we'll just run off mains to provide power to the tracking circuitry. Compass says it's south. Compass? Well, the heading, yeah. The heading does say that's north, that's east, but then the sun is setting in the east and that's confusing, so I'm just gonna nope on that. Could simply use one small wind turbine to power the IC independently. Yeah. Yeah, could do that. I'll let this panel finish, because it's the 5th one, and then I'll hold off on making more panels until I've got the tracking up and running. Heavy cable. Yeah, true. There is also that aspect of things where it might be winter where I'm at. So I could be ending up seeing less of the sun as a result. I got any gold in these? Nope. Yep. Wasn't single day on Venus longer than its year? I don't remember. I was literally reading about this the other day, and I, for some reason, still don't remember. Thanks, Holly Jonesy. Thanks for the Prime sub. And pop that in. How much have I got? 15. Okay, we need more of that. I then need an APC. Have I got a power controller somewhere here? Yes. Good. APC. I need a bigger battery for it. I figure I need at least a big battery. Thanks, Gilbert. Thank you for the Prime sub. That should be enough for the moment. Got an APC battery. What batteries can I make? Nuclear requires me to make Inconel, which I can't be bothered making, so I think I'll just make a large. There we go. Then I need integrated circuit. IC10. Thank you, chat, for helping answer all Pinhole's questions. I'm struggling to keep up, so I'm letting it just roll because it seems like you guys are keeping on top of it. Housing. Yep, 3 identical answers. I could add a 4th, but I don't think I will. Because it probably won't be identical. But yes, if you're getting 3 identical answers, then it's probably right. Where did I leave my computer? I think I left it up in the top of the greenhouse. I need to go grab it. Laptop. Also need a sensor. Now, if I have an APC directly off my mains, will I be able to blow the heavy cable? I don't think I can. I don't think it will. think it'll be fine. I know APCs don't regulate power, but can the battery to battery transfer? Andy, you're talking about something different to what I'm planning, so that's not what I'm looking at here. Yeah, first person oxygen not included is relatively accurate. Oh, my waste tank is full. Let's deal with that. Waiting for airlocks. One sec. Stationeers only based on planets, or can you travel to space and back? You can use automated rockets to collect materials from space. There is an asteroids-based start, but it's not really functional. And yeah. I'm just going to hope there's no storm for the moment. Oh, this is annoying. Cables have to cross each other. Blah. It's going to be a pain. Minor pain, but a pain nonetheless. How far is this going to get me? How many more of these do I need? Actually, I could probably make do just put the APC wherever my cable runs out. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, one of the confusing things about Stationeers that you'll find, especially with regards to rockets, is that they have changed what they do a lot. They do a lot of different things to what... They do things differently to how they did in the past. They used to do things that they no longer do. There's all this sort of stuff, so trying to find information about it when you're new to the game is quite tricky. Oops, that doesn't work. . .'Doing the ugly. Okay, and then my sensor. Daylight sensor should go this way. Okay. Now we should at least be able to set this up and get it working. Oh. Apparently I kept that on me. No, don't put that in my suit. Alright, clear this. So. Let's just give this a pin to make my life easier. Alias. Sensor. D0. Okay. Now I need to give myself a hash for all of the solar panels.
Hunger caution.
What is the solar panel? Solar panel heavy dual. Prefab hash. What am I doing? It's define, isn't it? It's a label that will replace throughout the program with the provided value. Define? Yeah. Define string panels number. That should apply. Then if I do anything to panels, that should apply to all of them if I use a batch thingy of some sort. Hmm. So what do I need to load from the sensor? Load. Alias. Horizontal. Alias. But. 15. 14. Sensor logic type. What is the logic type of the sensor? Daylight sensor. Solar angle. Huh. Horizontal, vertical, solar angle. What was solar angle? I'm trying to remember what solar angle actually does. Solar angle was the old way. Right. Now what conversion do I need for these to make them work? So this is giving me a horizontal of 139. Might just set them and see what they do. And then I can figure out what the angle differences are that I need to put in there. Set. It'll be a set batch something? Oh, is that the only thing I can do? Huh. Let's see if this works. Okay. Positive start. Yep, that angle looks correct. Okay, so vertical, it is giving me 39. And I need it to be... I'm gonna... Nope, the angles are wrong. The angle is off by 90 degrees. Okay. It's alright, we can adjust that. So the horizontal angle is off. And let's fix that first. Actually, let's get the vertical working as well. I could rotate the sensor, that is true. I'm gonna get the vertical working first though, because if the vertical's working, then I can see exactly what the correction factor I need for the horizontal is. So this is currently giving me a vertical of 41 degrees. So 41 would put this like that. Which is probably correct. Sport. Barnaby, you are in fact wrong. With respect to the dual panels, the data port aligns with the data port of the sensor. The horizon shouldn't require modification. That is proven to be wrong, because data port, aligned, and wrong. I need this to rotate, I think it's minus 90.
Hydration critical.
I'm going to need to do a separate thing before this so that I change what the value is. So load. Add? Can I perform this on the same thing? So if I go Haraz, then I do Haraz minus 90? Does that work? Let's see. I think it's gone the wrong way. And also the vertical is not working. Vertical also needs to be modified. Okay, this is all wrong. Ah! I need the day to be shorter. I mean longer. Yeah, the vertical's wrong. Quite wrong. Yeah, vertical is usually 90 minus vertical reading. Yeah, I think you're right. So... how do I do that? Subtract? Sub. Vert equals 90 minus. Confirm. Okay. Closer. Yes, the mathing would be simpler if you had the daylight sensor correctly oriented. And I think you're right. I think you orient the data port towards 0 is usually the way that it's recommended. But it's done now, and it is tracking correctly. So now I just need the cables. And every panel that I add as I go along will automatically track too. No, Andy, it's not tracking backwards. It's tracking the nighttime sun now, and will slowly move itself back towards daylight. Yeah, Demonworks, the conversion from absolute numbers to I don't even know if it was radians. I think it was something. I think it was just there are 100. No, it was percentage to degrees was an interesting challenge, but it was so obscure that I think they made the right choice getting rid of it.
Caution.
Why was I in here? I was in here to get more cable. So how's my battery situation looking? I need to turn this back on. Hey, my battery situation's looking okay. I can start putting some lights on again. And deal with my waste tank.
Critical.
Yes, yes, hunger critical. Empty that, because I'll be annoying to forget when I go outside. One and a half hours after starting LARrE, you now have solar. Standard Stationeers stream. Yep. I at least feel okay about this particular distraction because you can't ignore low power in Stationeers. Ignoring low power in Stationeers is death. So I feel like I did the right thing, even though it is one of those classic Stationeer stream that was planning to do one thing and cannot do it because of something else that got in the way. All right, got some good cables coming out. Might get a few steel frames made while I'm gone. No, I won't, because there's no steel in there. Let's make some more solar panels. then get some food and drinks, because the creepy breathing's back. Thanks, Ecommand. Thank you for the 18 months. Boop, 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 doo. Oh yeah, the phone in the LARrE pod is almost certainly dead. Oh wait, I forgot to drink. I turned off the light for the bit upstairs, so yeah, that phone's dead. Not worried. How many am I going to need? I've got steel sheets on me. I've got glass sheets. I've got 5 solar panels. I've got a decent amount of cable. Should get me the solar panels up and running. Any more solar panels? 1. Meh. It can wait. Yay. Well, I'm happy that I did finally do the solar expansion that I had planned to do a long, long time ago, but never got around to. I feel like it's something that was very needed. Okay, more cable for getting these all hooked up. I wonder how much power I actually get from these, because Venus doesn't seem to have great solar. When it's thick atmosphere. But at least the power will be consistent. Now... yeah, I can do it this way. Do them sort of semi-offset. Leave a little bit more space between than I normally would. And I don't have any heavy cable to plug them in. Great. Forgot about that bit. No, Pinhole, you do not want to flip them. If you flip them, then their angles will be 180 degrees off from the other ones, and they'll always end up pointing the wrong way. Unfortunately. So you'd have to then figure out a way to address them independently, each cluster. Which feels like more work than just flipping them around. Than just not flipping them around, I should say. Oh. Ah! I was about to be crushed. I have been crushed by a solar panel before. Yes, death by green energy, indeed. Okay, so these ones that are fully facing the sun are producing... Okay, actually, yeah, this is pretty close to max. 90% efficiency. These ones that are covered up are 37%. If I turn my light off. Yeah, that's pretty good. So a daily input of somewhere around, we call it 350 watts per panel. Once I get the 2 rows in, 7 kilowatts for 10 minutes a day. It's pretty good when these things output much less. I don't know how much less. Still don't know. Power generation, 230 watts. So they're actually doing pretty well right now. But they're dropping. And dropping. And dropping. So yeah, I think these solar panels will make a big difference. Wind does not change direction. Wind is based on a sine curve that is global, and the wind power just varies throughout the day. And with storms. I'll just stop there. I think 20 panels is a solid enough start for me to see how my power supplies end up. That's, battery-wise, is looking pretty good. It's going up. Need quite a lot of heavy cable. Then I can go back to messing with LARrE. Trying to figure that out. I'll be back in just a sec. Need to take a quick bio break. Back. All right. How much cable have I got? 36. Is that going to be enough? I can probably just leave this running. Is there anything else I needed? No. I mean, there's enough cable for the job at hand, which is what I was talking about, but it's still probably not going to be even enough for that. Maybe it'll get these 5 plugged in. Yeah. So the comment about spacing the panels out more to make them a bit more efficient might well be worth doing because of this little corner that gets blocked even in the middle of the day. And that would be eliminated by, because of the angle of the sun, spacing them out a little bit more would probably fix that. But I'll need a whole lot more steel frames to space them out to do that. Nevertheless, getting the input that I'm getting currently with how slow that wind is going is a big boost. So I think I will just leave it as is and worry about spacing it out and making it perfect another time, if that becomes necessary. Or if I do any expansion, I should say, at that point I think I'll fix it, but not now. Because now I have something that works well enough for my needs. There, I'm moderately confident. I do have, I need more cable. Because you always need more cable. More cable of both types. Yay! Yeah, Shiro, I was... Like, I've already placed down 15 of those. To place down the other 5 that I've built right now, as it is low effort. When I go to maybe add another 20 panels or something to it, then yeah, at that point, totally worth fixing it so that the new ones are all correct as well. I think. But at this stage, I don't think so. Indeed, Demonworks, there is technically nothing stopping me from building a whole lot of batteries and spending several hours doing that. But I think I'd lose interest very quickly. Oh dear. Here we go. Dodgy dad joke time. Oh, Kalzamar, none of them are going to be good. I accidentally handled my... Let me start that again. I accidentally handed my girlfriend the glue stick instead of the chapstick. She still isn't speaking to me. Okay, that's cable enough for my purposes. Yeah, I suppose if I had the deep miners and all of the centrifuges, that would probably have made me a bit more desperate on power, a bit sooner. So the ore mod has certainly changed up more than I kind of anticipated when I added it in terms of how the game plays out now, because there are options for avoiding mining. But I still think if I have the option, even with a even with a new save, I'd still want an ore mod. Probably not as high a ratio as what I've got here. Like, I wouldn't want to pi it times 5, I think I'd just want it times 2. But I'd still want one for the sake of streaming. Same panel. Have a good one. Because it's just, the mining is just too slow. I gotta say, even though that dad joke was still dad joke and hence bad, it was a lot better than the other ones I've been reading. I decided to go to the Reddit to get some better ones. Because those ones from those cards are so bad. Like, so bad. Let me just read a few. Because they're horrible. They're the sort of thing that makes you want to leave the room. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. When is the best time to go to the dentist? 2:30. Why should you never criticize someone until you've worked a mile in their shoes? Because that way when you criticize them, you'll be a mile away and you'll have their shoes. What do you call a magic dog? A labracadabrador. Parallel lines have so much in common, it's a shame they'll never meet. See? Yeah, Takari, there are many on Reddit that I will not say, and that are not funny, but if I pick them before the stream, then it's all good. Do I get to go back into the greenhouse now? I think I do. I think I'm good. Black Shadow, do you regret learning English now? That's... wow. Okay, so we got 4 batteries flashing and 3 that are good. Let's go back to writing stuff that I don't fully understand. leave the... Yes, I did. Dead fern. Oh, what? Ugh. Useless headlamp. Can I make the LARrE clear this? Yes. Okay. I think that should be my goal. That seems like a goal. Some sort. So this is station 7. Yuki World, as someone with a matte black, no glass side case on both of my PCs, well, one of them does have a glass, but I couldn't get it without one. I don't care for RGB. At all. Right. So, how do I load? Am I going to have to check each device individually? How would I check all of the devices? I feel like I'm going to have to... I'm struggling to think of a way to do that without... Like, I'm going to have to literally write out hydroponics device 1 through 10 or whatever stations I named them. Yep. Okay, that is what I'm going to have to do. Cool. So... You batch load the maturity state and then wait for them all to be 1, then you can activate the harvest plant as a loop. Yeah. No, I'm not dealing with an array. No, thank you. Nope. 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 Oh, right, because maturity turns goes 0, 1, 2, does it? Yeah. What? Mature 0. I mean, I probably do want... Ah, missed the mozzie. Probably do want them to go to seed, actually. Because if they go to seed, then I get seeds that I can replant. Although I can just replant the stuff itself, I guess. Okay, back to focusing on trying to find a divisible task that is actually doable right now. and getting the Harvey to do a thing. Because I can get it to go to a station, but I haven't gotten it to do a thing at the station. So, we are getting the mature thing. And let's get rid of these lines because we don't want them. So where the mature sum... Wait, is mature what I'm going to get here? Or is it damaged or is it overly mature? What's going to tell me that this is dead? So I don't think it's damaged. Is it health? Okay, so I want to copy this out. Change that to health. So then, if set D0 setting to 12? No, 7, because it's 7. But I want to do that if this is less, if this is greater than or less than 1 or equal to 0. Is that what I want to do? I want D0 to go to setting 7 if this is at 0. SEQ register equals 1 if A equals B, otherwise 0. Okay. So I'll set that to... This is going to be a mess for now, but I'm just trying to understand how to get the things working so that I can understand the basic commands and then I can try and make something that actually does something useful. But I'm just trying to get the very basics of the LARrE for the moment, and I'm writing it messy because I don't plan on reusing any of this code, really. If A equals B, so if R1 equals 0. Then set that to 7. No. And then I want to branch. Now I need to branch. I think. Whatever. Wait, don't I want to branch if equal? I want to branch. Branch to line C. Clear. Let's call it clear. If R1 equals 0. Yeah. Then we'll call this clear. Otherwise jump to start. And set to setting 7, and then how do I get LARrE to actually do a thing? Set D0. What is the logic type? Activate? Do I have to... Let's see. Let's see what happens with this. Not sure health is 0. Also, my mouse sensitivity has shoved itself way up again and I can't seem to drop it. I am increasingly growing in my hatred of Logitech devices, because every single one I've owned has been terrible. I need to... set dB setting R1. The reason I say that is the sensitivity settings on my Logitech mouse no longer work. Like, it's broken quicker than my terrible Razer mouse did. And Razer devices are already pretty awful. This is stuck going state 0, state 1. State 0, state 1. Alright, what is going on? Why is that not getting to the other state? Well, let's just get rid of these bits. And just see what it's getting as my value here. It's getting state 0. So why is that state 0 not working? This is why. There we go. Yay! Yes! Yes. Okay. Haha. We have the beginnings of functionality. Alright, so... now I need to determine what happens if I send it commands too quickly. Or do I always have to wait to see where it's at to let it finish a task before I potentially risk giving it another task? So, what I'm going to do is go set D0. I can type. Setting 0. Then I'm going to sleep for 2. And I'm going to go set D0 setting 5. Then I'm going to sleep for 2 and set D0 setting 0. I'm going to see if it actually makes it to 5. Or even makes it anywhere. No, it does not. Okay, so you have to leave it enough time. So for every command, I'm going to have to check whether LARrE is idle, and if it's not idle, don't tell it a new command. Because that would be bad. Because that will interrupt what is going on. Wasted, what's it do? It moves back and forth currently. This is the extent of where I've gotten with this, because I ran out of power. But eventually, this will be used to automate my farming. Eventually. But I need to... I'm going to write something down. Hang on. So, steps to... What's the... There we go. Steps to figure out. How to make it not get another command if not idle. That's the big thing. And then I should have enough understanding if I can remember this enough as I get further into this to do the rest of it. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just have to, every single time I do a thing, I'll have to set it back to a point where I'm like, check if this thing's idle. If not idle, don't do anything. Wait. And then hope that it being stopped over a thing doesn't count as idle. What? JSR? JSR is not a thing. JAL. Oh, jump execution to line A and store next line number in RA. Maybe. Yeah. RA is the return address. So that I only have to one pause routine and I can reuse it for all the things. And jump RA. So the thing once idle is no longer. Once idle is present. Yeah, that could be quite neat. Annoyingly, it's not an addressable line, so I can't jump to an address because it says integer. Or can I do jump to... Well, it does let me do that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Wasted, if you're happy to go, place a mark in. I'm ready to go. I think I've written down enough that I won't forget too much of this by next week. I'm just trying to write this out so that when I come back to this, I can be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, true. I haven't, this isn't planned to be an actual thing. I was just trying to write these out so I remembered these commands to use. Yeah. Cool. So at least that part's done. And then it's a case of, I think what I need to do for the arm is start by just doing, I'm just going to do one hydroponics device to begin with. Check whether it's empty. If it's empty, grab a seed, plant it. Wait till the plant is mature. If it's mature, go over to it, harvest it, drop the harvest in the export bin, and then, sorry, the import bin. Then come back, replant. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is all I sort of need to do. I don't really want to get into it right now because I know, since Waste has been in chat, we're not too far away from Archean, so I might just wrap things up here and load up Archean. Yeah. Hey, Wasted.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I'll be back with some more Stationeers next week, but right now, let's switch over to some Archean.